Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to our Hurricanes Camp Report. Joe Zagacki with Don Bailey Jr. We are inside the Carroll Sofer Indoor Practice Facility. Coming up on our show, we go into the defensive line with defensive line coach Joe Salave'a and Akheem Mesidor, who's playing both inside and outside. So we'll talk about the defensive line, which could be a real strength this year.
Well, Joe, you bring up Akheem. He's so valuable. As you mentioned, he can drop down and play at the defensive tackle spot, go outside, play defensive end. They can use him in different alignments. And then Joe Salave'a, one of the first hires, or one of the first people that Coach Cristobal bought from Oregon, and you can see why. Very intense every day in practice and does a great job teaching technique to his defensive line.
Canes have another character tester coming up this weekend.
Yeah, that means it's going to be a long, hot scrimmage. And, time's clicking by. It's going to be Miami-Bethune before we know it. But what they've got to do now is they've got to start honing their skills. You've got to start really looking at in this scrimmage, you've got to start really looking for who your first and second team guys are. You've got to start narrowing that down and building your depth chart.
Okay, coming up next on our show, Don Bailey Jr. goes one-on-one with Coach Joe Salave'a right here on our Hurricanes Camp Report.
We're joined with associate head coach, defensive run game coordinator, and D-line coach. That's a lot of titles, Coach. And first of all, welcome to the University of Miami.
Thank you. Pleasure and honor to be here.
What are some of the things that you've been excited about that you've accomplished so far in training camp?
Man, just the energy and our guys being around the guys is probably the biggest thing. You talk about these moments, and we're right in the middle of it now. Now it's just the opportunity to push and coach and teach, but also to listen and be able to feel what the players are going through each day. And so it's been a blessing.
Coach Steele talked about the importance of the two deep. It's no longer really like we've got our starters and that's it. The way offenses are in college football today, you basically need 22 guys on defense that can play at any given moment.
You look at the just in the last 6-7 years, the teams, the programs with a success have built themselves up to where they're able to have bodies and a depth that accompanies the play. And so those are the things that we're working hard to push and creating competition. And right now it's very competitive, and that's the biggest goal right now is to make sure that we're constantly developing everybody, because we need everybody. So,
Coach, I'm an offensive line guy, so I got to ask you got the best view. How has this offensive line of the University of Miami improved through spring and up to this point?
I think we got a lot of young guys that are starting to develop and starting to come on their own. I think that's probably the blessing to see the light flickering and the teaching exude through the guys, players, and I think it's all about confidence. You might not get it right every time, but if you're doing it with the full speed, physicality, and confidence, it'll all work out. But we have the best coaches and the teachers in the game, and Coach Mirabal and then Coach Cristobal and that side of the ball, and it really challenges our guys. And that's a dream for a defensive lineman, going against an outfit that are well-coached, well-technician, that are physical. It just elevates your game. And so that's what you're seeing now. We're seeing a lot of young of our offensive line guys starting to develop and come on their own, and it's helping us on the defensive line.
Coach, when you hear you got to stop the run, what does that mean for a defensive lineman or a front seven group?
Well, your goal is always to try to make the game one dimension. To actually do it, to make the game one dimension, and to do that, you got to stop the run. And part of stop a run is it's an all-in concept. You got to leverage, attack your leverage, own your gap, pursue and tackle. And those are the things it calls upon everybody to know where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be, and doing their job when they're supposed to do it. And so those are the things for us, the way the game is morphed into basketball on grass, you really still can't deviate away from the principles of attacking your leverage and making sure that you're in your right fit.
Coach, you had an 8-year NFL career, which is a lifetime. How has that helped you in coaching, and how do you think it inspires your players that play for you to know that is possible?
I think part of that is just the blessing of being able to feel every thought and every situation that our guys are going through in each moment. I think it provides instantaneous feedback. to trying to make sure that the guys are not panicking. Those things are always come up. All these guys want to do well. And when it doesn't go well, there's always going to be those emotions that filters through, and we want to make sure that we're able to accompany and accommodate those guys to make sure that they're staying at an even keel, and that's easier said than done. And if you haven't played at the highest level, it's you really are just kind of hoping that the words that you say to these guys will bring them back to being centered. And for me, it was just a blessing to be able to be around that elite athletes at that level, to now being surrounded by Coach Wright, Coach Taylor. We have an awesome group just working with our guys. But I think just providing that experience and the moment to calm the nerves of the guys and be able to compete at a high level has been a blessing.
You helped create the blueprint at Oregon with Coach Cristobal, and you brought that program to the highest success it's ever known. What are you bringing from there to here, and what are some of the foundational parts of that blueprint right now?
That hard works.
Yeah.
Right? You can't deviate. This game will never change from that ideal, that if you train hard and if you're smart about understanding the intelligence that accompany the play in this game of football, and with a team concept and spirit, it'll be a terrific and tremendous result as you're working towards that. But we've never speed talk ourselves into playing well. We had to. I can't tell my guys. I can't tell any of our front guys to go play hard. If you don't train hard, every day, it ain't going to work. And that's one of the biggest thrill is having Coach Cristobal and the blueprint that he had brought over there. And it's the buy-in as well as coaches. We have to get better every day and finding better and innovative ways to teach the materials, because it's not what we know. It's how our guys are able to grasp the material. And that was the other piece, is teaching guys the basic fundamentals and then just pour on the physicality mentality that's necessary for the game. And it was just been a tremendous experience to see that, and now here, fast forward to now, really excited about the outlook and the way our guys pursue and see football in the most competitive way. And so accompanying the teaching and the constant coaching really is the key. And those are the things that I'm excited about and we're working hard to do.
Coach, thank you for joining us today on the Camp Report from the indoor practice facility.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
All right.
Go Canes.
Go Canes.
Boom!
To have a truly great career, you need to be with a great company. Now's your chance to go be great at AutoNation. Go to jobs.autonation.com for endless career opportunities. Work at America's largest and most admired automotive retailer that's driving towards $35 million donated to fight cancer. For industry-leading benefits and a great work experience, visit jobs.autonation.com now and go be great.
Back on our Hurricanes Camp Report, Joe Zagacki, and this fine young gentleman is Akheem Mesidor, joining the University of Miami through the transfer portal from West Virginia. Akheem, welcome to Miami.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You're a Hurricane. We're glad to have you here. Why was this the right choice for you at this time in your career to become a Miami Hurricane?
It was a perfect choice for me because of the culture surrounding the Hurricane family, Miami. There's a bunch of alumni coming out of here. This program has produced a lot of amazing athletes. So there was no other place came to mind besides Miami when it came to making a decision.
Coach Cristobal has proven in his career that he puts guys in the NFL, that they develop them with Coach Joe Salave'a. How important was that to you as well?
Extremely important, because that's ultimately my end goal, to go to the NFL, have a good career, provide for myself and my family. So it's huge that they can produce players and help players get to the next level.
How is training camp going for you? What have you liked about it so far?
It's going well. I love the intensity. Coach Cristobal loves contact. He loves intensity up front. So it's just the best part about it. I play D-line, so that's what I do.
And you've got a big smile, a great smile. I was watching the scrimmage the other day with my broadcast partner, Don Bailey, and I said, this number 90, he likes football.
Yeah.
And you could see it. And Coach Cristobal, after the scrimmage, said, we were here to play football. And got another scrimmage coming up. What do you want to achieve in that?
I just want to get better. Honestly, I have goals set before every practice. It could be footwork, hands. It's just, my plan is just to get better every day.
And you bring a unique skill set to the University of Miami defensive line, right? Because you can go inside and you can go outside.
Yeah, love it. It's good to be versatile.
Yeah, that's true in every business, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Sacking the quarterback, how important is that?
It's huge.
Yeah.
That's where D linemen make their money. Yeah. So every play we want to get to the quarterback.
But you also, and Coach Cristobal emphasized this as well, this got to be a defense that stops the run, right?
Yes, sir. Ultimately, you have to stop the run in order to rush the passer. So honestly, my mindset is earn the right to rush the passer. Stop the run on first down, stop the run on second down, third down, it's time to go.
Good. I like that. You played in the Big 12. You played big games in the Big 12. How will that experience help you playing inside the ACC?
It helps me be more calm in big games, big time situations when there's a bunch of fans screaming, you can't hear everything. It's a good thing that I have experience because it allows me to bring a lot more to the table and be relaxed and calm during big type situations, and that allows me to play faster and freely and allows me to ultimately make plays.
Coach Salave'a was here earlier. You got him. He brings a lot of intensity and enthusiasm, doesn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah. He's a great guy, a loud guy, fun guy. But when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Yeah, and that's really true with this entire coaching staff. They want you to bring it every game, every practice.
Definitely.
That's right in your wheelhouse.
Pardon?
That's right in your wheelhouse, right? The intensity.
Intensity. It's all about intensity and contact up front. Coach Salave'a is always talking about striking a man in his chest every play.
How about the depth that you have on your defensive line and the competition?
I love the depth because great D-line groups have depth. So you can rotate every 4 plays or whatnot, and it makes sure the D-line is fresh, and it all starts up front. So if everybody's fresh up front, everybody's ready to go and active, then it really helps the game ultimately. And also the competition is great. It makes everybody compete at a high level every day because everybody wants to be great and help each other be great.
And it seems like this defensive line can be a strength of this team this season.
Definitely. We have good depth. We have good depth, good competition. Everybody's ready to work, and everybody wants the same goal, is to win.
All right. You did a great job for us, so we appreciate it. Been fun to watch you in practice. Best of luck in the upcoming scrimmage and this season.
Thank you.
All right, that's Akheem Mesidor joining us. When we come back, Don Bailey Jr. and I will wrap things up right here on our Hurricanes Camp Report.
We're all button pushers, double tappers, swipers, and now used car buyers. Go to AutoNation.com today. You'll see thousands of one-price pre-owned vehicles online right now. All your favorite makes and models, all quality inspected, all priced to sell with no hassles. Plus, we'll even pay top dollar for your car. Go to the AutoNation store near you or AutoNation.com. What drives you drives us. AutoNation.
Our focus, Don, today was on the defensive line. A lot of intensity there. I think that's probably the best word for the defensive line. Mesidor brings Miami, as he said, versatility. He was really good for West Virginia, and I think he's got a chance to be a terror inside the ACC.
Oh, I think he will, Joe. I don't think there's any doubt about it. The thing is, he's so versatile, and he's good against the run. He's big enough to hold up, maybe not every down on the inside, but certainly big enough on the outside. But he's also developing a great pass rush, and that's very important in today's day and age.
And surrounded by some experienced players as well.
Well, Coach Cristobal and this staff brought in a ton of players to rebuild that defensive line, and it needed to be done, and there's quality depth that's in place.
Okay, for Don Bailey Jr., I'm Joe Zagacki. Thank you so much for joining us right here on our Hurricanes Camp Report.